Welcome back to the QORcast. This is the 30th episode. Jazz hands for the 30. And we got a lot of good stuff to talk about today.
We got a lot of good news. Before we get to that, we want to thank QOR also for sponsoring the podcast, making us do what we love in talking smack about other people in esports. So, it's always lovely to come in every week to do that. And this is not really esports, but it's still funny news. KSI is still trying to beef with DanTDM after a singular tweet.
Yeah, I don't get like this is probably the most drawn out drama that no one really cares about. KSI seems like he's the only person on the planet who actually cares,
Yeah.
He's I want a problem, and Dan's
You know what's so funny? He's definitely did all this because he's promoting his new music, which is ass, to say the least. His new single, Ice King, something like that, is shit. Straight up, if I'm gonna be honest with you. So there's that, and he just has no reason to beef with him. Dan made a good point. He's like, "This is shit. You said you're better than Lunchables, but your food is not good, and especially you're pairing up with Mr. Beast, who has known allegations that he has, by the way, still has yet to do it. Till this recording, he has yet to address those allegations.
Yeah.
Any allegations. So I don't know why he's beefing with DanTDM, and he's one of the only Minecraft YouTubers to actually be a good human being and just not cause beef. So I don't know what's his problem. But that is...
I don't really what does KSI want to gain from all of this?
I don't know. It's just a one-sided. And then, oh my god, if you guys need to laugh, go to his replies for his latest tweets. Amazing. Yeah. One of the funniest. He is getting cooked in the replies, and it is absolutely amazing.
He's just got to know when to let it go.
When to drop it, yeah.
Yeah, it's
but,
for what?
No reason.
He sucks, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, by the way, he has yet to. DanTDM hasn't said anything after that one tweet.
Mm-hmm.
He just left it at that. But that's the DanTDM KSI. He needs to stop. And then we got, lots of it. Music. His drink is bad. Channel shit. His subreddit is even roasting him. So that's also great.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of products, CS2 has finally come out with a new skin batch.
Is this this isn't the first one in CS? This is the second skin launch since CS2 came out, right?
I believe so,
Because
yes.
they came out with that case that had the porcelain op and stuff like that. But there hasn't been anything since that, right? This is it.
This is it, literally, yes.
Okay.
And the good thing, what this is special about this patch is they introduced something called new gun buddies. So you can actually add a buddy to your gun. They added a bunch of I think a bunch of small ones. It's nothing too crazy. It's just a little design on it.
But the same thing Valorant has.
Valve just loves to copy Riot. It's kind of insane.
Well, didn't Rainbow Six start that?
Ooh, that's
Rainbow
true.
Rainbow Six is a lot older than Valorant is.
Ooh, so Valorant copied Rainbow, and then CS copied Valorant.
Well, they copied both of them, I guess.
Interesting.
Followed suit.
Ooh, Ubisoft should sue.
But
just for
you
shits.
could say that they both copied CounterStrike because CounterStrike and really TF2 were the originators of the weapon skins. No?
Ooh, that is true. That is true. So Valve can countersue.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. I like it. Have you managed to look at any of the skins?
I haven't seen any of them yet.
Oh, I would advise to see it because there's an AK skin that is literally. Do you know Overpass and Monster? The design.
Yeah. Oh, it's
that design on the AK.
Okay, that's cool.
That's one of the red items, and then there's a M4A1S fade, like a Doppler, one of those fade guns, which is really sick.
A Doppler fade or like a regular fade? Because there's
regular fade.
Okay,
it's a regular fade.
So it's the same thing that's on the. I know the Revolver has it. What else has it?
think.
Doesn't
The
maybe
Mac
the
10.
Mac
Mac
10.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mac 10 has it. So it's like that, but it's now on M4A1S, so it's great. But people are still. I mean, they adjusted apparently some like animation on the movement characters. But the thing is, people were like, "Hey, game is still shit. You gave us cosmetics, but you haven't give us anything." So like one half of the community is like, "Oh shit, cool. We got new skins and new things to get." But then the other half is, "Hey, game is still shit. When are you gonna fix it?" Which I heard rumors that there was supposed to be added changes to like map pools. Map pool changes was gonna happen, and apparently, Train is coming back.
Hasn't that been rumored for like a minute?
Yeah, but someone found in the source code that they were gonna actually add it. Like Train was basically done.
Okay.
It was either Train or Cash, but people have been looking at it and looking at the data, and it says Train.
It looks more like Train, yeah.
Yeah, Train looks like it's gonna be the remap. Is gonna be coming back to the map pool. So that's what everyone's been. That's what I think. But apparently they didn't have time because they didn't finish it. So that's why they released the skin bundles, and then they're gonna do that other changes later on. But again, it's just a lot of changes. Like it's still a lot of issues with the game.
People are still complaining about the anti-cheat and stuff too.
I think I don't know. Like if I'm Valve, like you could do everything right. You could keep bringing content, and then the CS community would still find a way to complain.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there's no way to fix the CS community. They're always going to complain.
I think the anti-cheat though is the biggest thing. No.
Yeah.
Like that's why people left the game in the first place.
It's anti-cheat and 128 tick. Yeah. Those are the two things.
And I really am not understanding the point of not doing the 128 tick. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but I feel like Valve is probably comparable in size to Riot, like in terms of
Yeah.
Like, if Riot can make your fucking Iron games 128 tick, how come CS can't do it? Because Face It is 128 tick.
Is it?
Correct?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
At least it used to be.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so because it's still on the sub tick. The tick is within the game. You can't change that.
Okay, I'm thinking of in CS:GO because that was still regular tick rate.
Yeah.
And
so, but they're using
Face It was 128 tick though in CS:GO, but yes, you're right. Sub tick is. I forgot about that.
So now sub tick is engraved into the game. You can't change the sub tick anymore. So everything is sub tick. But you could go to Face It for the anti-cheat. But again, why do I have to download a game to download another software to play the game?
Yeah.
I'm not playing Face It. I just want to get on and play. Like I'm not doing that. That's why I'm not even thinking about getting back into the game until they fix that.
Yeah.
So there's that, and yeah, I mean, again, I think Valve is too invested into the Deadlock right now because there's a lot going on. But Deadlock still is barely finished. We still don't have a ranked game, but we do have custom maps now. Some people have made some crazy custom maps.
Custom maps?
Yeah, some people have made some custom maps. You know, Viscous, the goo guy? Some guy made a map where you can use his punches to maneuver around the map and you could practice with them. Someone made a bebop thing.
Oh,
Someone made
like what the
bebop.
Rocket League community does with like the movement and stuff.
Yeah, and then there's the one where like it's Bebop and like it's you and Bebop in one area, and then you just grab each other and pull each other off the stadium. It's actually kind of sick. Like, what did they make? And someone made a whole 3v3 map, by the way. Even someone just made like a straight up 3v3 map.
Oh, really?
I think it's straight up just one lane. It's 3v3. It's kind of sick.
I think it'd be sick if someone just made like Summoner's Rift or something.
Ooh, like league, like a league.
Like they just make it
straight up league game.
Make a fucking 5-on-5. That'd be funny.
I wonder how 505 is gonna be. It's gonna be interesting. But that is so yeah. I think right now it's gonna be interesting because we still have Deadlock because it's clearly that Valve is taking lots of care, which segues onto the other news. Tencent has approved Riot or has given Riot $200 million to make a game that somewhat challenges Deadlock. Wow.
I think
Define aura. Define aura.
I mean, like, low key, I think this could be really good because like a lot of people are expressing their like complaints with Valorant, the state of Valorant right now, you know. I mean, like this is only like they just got approved to like start this project, so it's gonna be years before we see something like this. But like, I'm interested to see like where they would go with it. If it would be more Overwatchy, if it would be just like Deadlock, I don't know. But
Well, the early news that we've gotten is it's not gonna be like that. Like it was the news has got is they wanted to do something so that they can challenge Deadlock.
Oh,
I
so
don't know
they're
how
like,
they're
we
gonna-
need a new esport. We
Yes.
just need a new esport that's gonna be the next big thing because Deadlock is and will be the next big thing in the coming years. So they're
Yeah.
basically just like, I don't know what you're gonna make, just make the next big thing.
Yeah, because that kind of is interesting because people are also like weird, like, oh, if Deadlock's gonna be a thing, is that gonna kill the Dota community? Because it's like, I don't know if it's gonna really kill the Dota community, but it's also gonna be seen because at first, I mean, I think they stopped doing this, but TI used to have like massive prize pool because they would take a percentage of the battle pass of Dota, but they don't do that anymore. I think the last 3 TIs has just been straight $2 million.
Okay.
It hasn't been anything like 16 million or 14 million like in the past. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do it with this with Deadlock and the esports community, because I know there's been a lot of small tournaments going on, and also, but I don't know why Riot feels like they have to be pressed into anything. They already have Valorant, they have League, and then they have 2XKO that's going to come out. So I don't know why they feel like they need to be. I don't know why they feel pressed to making another esport.
I think it's more like a community thing because like I feel like Deadlock is like you would say Valorant and CS:GO are direct competitors, right?
Yes.
But like would you say Deadlock is a direct competitor like to either of those games?
No.
Like it's like a totally different thing, right?
It's a MOBA shooter. Yeah. It's the kind of like its own genre in a way. It feels like its own genre.
And then you would say like League and Dota are direct competitors to each other, right?
Yes.
Would you say League, Dota, and Deadlock are direct competitors?
Deadlock is not a direct competitor to them. In my opinion, I don't think so. I think like, Deadlock is a direct competitor to Smite.
Yeah, exactly. But like no one cares about Smite. So essentially Deadlock is filling like a kind of void, right? So I think what it is it's more like maybe Riot is like, okay, well we need more reach in different parts because it's like we have like a portion of the CounterStrike community, we have a portion of the Dota community. How can we get a portion of the Deadlock community? You know, or something like that. Even maybe it's gonna be a totally different game, but
see, my thing is right. But the reason why Deadlock I feel like is gonna is because they already have a built-in anti-cheat, like an actual good anti-cheat. So my thing is like they already did something that they never did in CS yet. They actually made an actual anti-cheat that works and that people can't really pass by, and it's still in version 1. And they can only get better, and they actually made it fun. So Riot has been known to make a lot of skins and a lot of, cash grabs. But CS and Dota and TF2, those skins can always be resold. So I feel like the skin community also is going to carry it. Because, again, look at TF2, look at Dota, look at CS. The skin community is half the reason why... Well, not half the reason, but it's a big reason why it's still alive. Skins bring it in, but the thing is with Valve is I can sell my knife and I can get actual money out of it, and I can get back to my credit card. Riot, you buy the one skin and that's it. It's permanent. That's it. You actually wasted $30 and you can't get that back. So that's why.
But going back to the anti-cheat, how it's built in, do you think they're using Deadlock as like a testing ground for their new anti-cheat?
I think so.
Do you think it'll be in CS? Because if they figured it out in Deadlock, if there's a problem with it, they can just say, "Oh, game's in alpha right now." You know?
Yeah, I think because they did, and like in the notes, they did say, "Hey, this is version 1." So they have said, "Hey, this is a very early access version of the anti-cheat. It's not ready yet." So
maybe this is what they're cooking for CounterStrike.
Yeah, and I think because it's under the same source engine, they're both on their source too.
Yeah, so it'll work in a similar way.
Yeah, so I think the CS community has to be a little bit patient. Again, yes, I know they're going to argue, oh, how long do you have to be patient? When Valve actually locks in, they know what they're doing, and they actually produce when they lock in. And we're seeing it with Deadlock. They clearly show that they clearly show more love to Deadlock than the CS community, which, in my opinion, the CS community is one of the most entitled community in the world.
Yeah, it's like,
and no matter what, there's no you can't be that entitled for an esports that's basically only dominated in Europe and sometimes in South America. So why are you so entitled when something like Valorant is not dominated, but like it's popular worldwide in every region, in every country?
I also think it's like so different that like Counter-Strike does not come from the same place that Valorant or League does. Like, why? I don't know why everyone's so like, oh, why aren't they adding this and this? Counter-Strike originated as a mod for fucking Half-Life. And then everything was community made. Like, if the community wanted to make something better, they just did it. Like, everyone hosted their own servers, everyone did this. And sure, like, that stuff is like, you expect like the companies themselves to do this now because it's 2024. But it's like, I don't know where this entitlement comes from, where they just hate everything, because it's like Counter-Strike has like always been a game about like the community has like the power to do whatever they want to do with it. So it's like, I mean, I guess that's why Face It is a thing, because people are like, well, let's just make our own servers if the fucking Valve ones are bad. So yeah, I don't know like where this comes from. I think it's funny that they just hate everything, but
exactly, it just makes no sense, because also like Mirage, like the map like Mirage, Cache, Vertigo, Train, like they have all been made community maps. Imagine like, and then like what recently Tuscan, the map that it was made by two guys, and then Valve was like, hey, we'll pay you $150,000, give us the map rights, and they were like, sure.
Yeah, that's what they do.
That's what Valve does. They just bought. You think like CS was not their IP, like it was on their Half-Life, but technically CS was never their IP. They just bought the IP.
They bought it from the guy who made the mod, basically.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, we want to buy it, and then we'll just expand upon it. That's how Valve has always been. But for Deadlock, this is like, I mean, also Dota, because actually League was made out of Dota, some people from Dota. So you can also, so you can also agree on that. And then I feel like this with Deadlock, it's like, okay, it's 100% Valve. Like, they're making it from the ground up. That it's not a mod. It's not from a different game. It's not like from other. It's like it's them. They are making it. So it's kind of nice to see that. Oh, like this is what Valve looks like when they actually make their own game from the ground up. Yeah, because they put some real care into it.
Because like all the other good games come from Valve's already good games. Like Valve like has not missed on an original series like Half-Life.
Yeah.
Like Portal,
Half-Life, Portal, like Counter-Strike. Yeah, they haven't missed.
Or like not like Counter-Strike isn't even technically like their original series. I'm just saying the Valve stuff. Like Half-Life, Portal, Team Fortress is a mod for Half-Life as well, so that's not even it. But I guess like Team Fortress 2 is like their original game, because TF2 is nothing like TF1.
Yeah, no, it's completely different games.
So like TF2 you could almost say is like its own original game. But like when Valve does it themselves, like they don't miss. Like Counter-Strike, CS2 is like the only miss, really. Like I guess you could say like people complained about CS:GO when it came out, but like I feel like by the end or like the middle to end of CS, like people were fine with it, except for the whining people that are always gonna be there. But
again, I think because that's why I feel like Deadlock is gonna be the future of the game, because it is Valve, and they're already coming out with an AntiCHE that turns you into a frog, bro. Like, how do you think of something like that? That's so fucking stupid.
I want to know amazing. Like what dev brought that up to like some like suit in the office, and then what suit was like, you fucking got it, dude. Like that's it.
Wait, you're cooking. Hold up. And then we have one more story to go to. Final story is Bleed Esports has been officially kicked out of VCT. Now, they aren't an Ascension team. They were actually inside the org, like as in a franchise spot. So they weren't an Ascension team that went out. They're in a franchise spot. So they're the first org to be kicked out of franchising from Ascension. Why? So the reason is, I believe is what I'm hearing around, is that they were having a lot of financial issues, and then they were not distributing the money on time. And a lot of the players never got their payments in months. Like, there was months when they never got payments. So also, like, it's just a lot of things where it's like, wow, like, And then what the most fucked up part is, the coach came out for Bleed was like, yeah, we didn't know this till 30 minutes before it was going to get announced.
Oh.
Yeah. So they were like,
so
yeah,
unfortunate.
I became like, I was known 30 minutes before it was announced I was going to be jobless. So that's like all the players and all the coaches, like the coaching staff, the players, they all were like, yeah, we didn't know till like after it got announced or like 30 minutes before it got announced. Mm-hmm. So that's like insane, because how short notice did Riot give it to them, or how, like, was it that Riot gave them a short notice, or was it that Bleed just didn't even bother telling them afterwards?
Yeah.
So that's kind of insane. I mean, I kind of made a joke about it because EA went there, got the bag, played one split, and dipped. I made a joke about that. He actually made the prank corrupt. But that is insane. It's like, this was like what, posted at like 1 a.m. our time, so 1 a.m. EST. So everyone was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
what happened?
So like random.
I think because they were like more for the Asia region. Mm-hmm. They're like doing it for more of their time. But it's like for us time, it's like, what do you mean a franchise squad just got kicked and you announced it at 1 a.m.? But yeah, no, that's insane.
One more piece of news. Astralis CEO.
He's unfit to be a CEO. He's unfit. Karma, isn't it?
I just got it.
Unfit to be a CEO. Wow, it is kind of insane how
this all unfolded really quick.
Yeah, was it even like?
Hey, we're breaking the rules and getting away with it. Boycott. 5 days later, you're out of here. Get him the fuck out.
Yeah, that is kind of interesting. It's like I didn't expect the CEO to just straight up get just drop down. I'm guessing the shareholders were like, "Hey, something needs to happen. One of you guys, you need to change." Mm-hmm. So it's kind of interesting because Astralis is not in many esports, I believe. Like CounterStrike is their biggest esport. So the fact that your biggest esport out of like that basically generates you your money is like in hot waters. Like, hey, what are you doing? Like you're basically fucking with my money. So I'm kind of curious what the board meeting was like and all that.
I hope some more unfolds with that.
Exactly.
I'm interested to see what. Do we know who stepped up after or not yet?
No, there's no announcement. Just him that he got stepped down.
So I guess we'll see what new direction they're going in after.
Exactly. But that's it for all the news. Interesting news today. We'll let you know guys next week. But before we leave, make sure to check out QOR merch. QOR merch. Denny's wearing one. If you guys want to check it out, go to QORgaming.com/shop.
QOR
Gaming. QORgaming.com/shop. Make sure to check it out. And yeah, that is everything, guys. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.